definitely getting hazard pay for that one. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, and it is it's definitely warming up down here in the low country of South Carolina. It's definitely starting to get warmer out. Sun's out today. Luckily, we're going to be in the cab of this machine back here doing a little mulching. Hopefully not too much handwork today. So let's just take a quick look at what we got, and then we'll get to grinding. Okay, got the Kubota U55 out here with the Prenoth mulching head, aka Little Munchy. And I kind of had to pull some of this stuff out right here. There's a whole bunch of metal and brick down in that hole right there, and some fence posts and fence pieces. So basically, from right about here, we're just gonna grind all this stuff up. It's mostly just privet, bunch of nonsense, just a whole bunch of junk, right back to that water. And just open this up for the owner, clean this up. The cedars, any of the cedars that we see, we're gonna save those, but the rest of this is going down to the edge of the water. So that's what we got to do, and we're just going to go around right there to the corner of the pond somewhere over there, and that's it. So hopefully this shouldn't take too long. It's a beautiful little property back here, and the new owners are trying to clean it up, so that's what we're going to do. So let's get started. Okay, everyone, after some thought and consideration, this is the point in the video where in the Army, this is what we called adjust fire. Now, typically, most mulching jobs, I've been doing this for a while now, most mulching jobs, I pretty much know what I'm getting into. Bring the machine out, get stuff done, and you know, you have to adjust as needed a little bit, you know, as you go through the job. But this one needed a bit of a more drastic adjustment, which is fun. That stuff happens. Nobody's perfect in this game. And one of the things I want to mention here is I am not charging the customer anything extra to do what I'm about to do. So I've already spoken to him. He's just like, I'm just glad you want to get the job done right, because I wanted to make sure this job got done right. And I'm one of those people, I would rather lose a little bit of money on a job and make my customer happy than makes a little bit of money and leave them unhappy. So no, I don't think we're going to really lose any money on this job doing it this way. I actually think it might actually end up being quicker. So let's take a look, and we're going to get started. All right, so I've got Big Munchy out here. So my original goal here was just come through here, obviously with the Mini, and mulch this stuff down. But I couldn't really see through here, and as I got down to the water's edge, you see that wax myrtle all growing all wacky like that? Growing all, it's way out over the water, and they want to actually get through here and actually see this water. And what happens is if I come through there and I mulch that off the top, those tops, that thing is growing out towards the sunlight, and it's growing out over the water. So typically a lot of times what I would do is I would come through here and I would use the back side of the mulcher and push this stuff back out onto the bank. The problem is that's the discharge side, and I don't want to make a mess out here into the grass in the yard and create a huge cleanup job. So I was trying to mulch everything like this and push it this way with the front side of the mulcher, but it cuts it before you can really push it. And then I blew a hydraulic line, and I was like, you know what? When I first came out here and looked at this job, this was all kind of wet back here, but we haven't had any rain in a while. Now it's all nice and dry. So I'm gonna come through here and cut back as much of this crap as I can possible with the skid steer, and then I'm gonna swap out the mulcher for the bucket, and I'm gonna come through here like that wax myrtle that's growing all wacky. I'm gonna pull that stuff out, just yank it out, and then I'm gonna lay it all out right up in through here, and we're just gonna grind it all up with the skid steer. So that's what we're doing. Let's get started. Well, that didn't take me long to cut that back, open it up a little bit more. So I'm gonna go grab the mini. We'll swap the mulcher out. I would have been able to do a little more of this, but the owner wants to save some of these little cedars, so I'm trying to be careful around them and save some of them. Some of them are probably going to be casualties of the mulching and the ripping, but gonna try to save what we can as far as those little guys go. So let's go grab the bucket and we'll start ripping some of this stuff out, make a nice little mulch pile through here and grind it up. Oh, definitely getting hazard pay for that one. Okay, well that didn't take but about 15 minutes to get all that ripped out and cleaned up. So let's hop back in Big Mulch. We'll grind all this down and get a little more room and then start ripping out the rest of this privet. We're trying to save these cedar trees, so I'm trying to work around them as best I can and save as many of them as possible. So let's grind this up, make it look nice. Okay, this is all looking pretty good so far. I've gone down into that little hole, kind of down where that creek, this kind of turns into a creek down there. It's almost like a dry creek bed. So it looks like the water drains this way. I've gone pretty much as far as I can down in there with the mini before it gets too soft. So there's not too much left to do up there on that top end. So I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna swap out the bucket for little Munchie on the Kubota, and then I'm gonna just kind of go along this edge here, just clean up that little bit of an edge there, some little cypress knees and some stuff. I'll take out, he wants a few of those little cedars gone, and we're just gonna kind of clean up that edge and then come back up to the top and work that edge down there to where those overflow pipes are, and that's gonna be about it. So not really not a whole lot left to do. So let's just get this done, and we'll clean up the grass out here a little bit, rake it up, and we'll see what the finished product looks like. Well, everybody, that is the fact jack on that job. We are done. This was a job in here. I thought this was gonna be a fastball, and Mother Nature threw me a little bit of a curveball, but we got it done. Got all the way down through here. Basically, he just kind of wanted to go to that little creek right there. And we got all that cut back. Now, it got a little wet on me right about in there, so I had to come up on this side of the bank and bring the excavator down in here like that. And the other thing is, so this whole backfill back here, all this ground, this is all concrete. It looks like dirt, but this is all concrete up underneath this. I'll find a piece of it here in a second. But it's littered with concrete all the way down there into the bottom. I hit, the mulcher took, the mulcher, little Munchy, mulcher on the excavator took a beating. There it is. Yeah, there's a big chunk right there. Look at that. That's just a big chunk of concrete. And it's all just through here. There's another chunk right there. Right there, right there. So mulching this down through here was very difficult because I couldn't get the mulcher on the ground because it's all concrete. So we did the best we could with it. I think they did that for erosion issues, and then it just kind of like the dirt just filled it over, and all this brush just kind of grew up between it, and it's all just a bunch of concrete, and you couldn't see it, you know. I didn't know it was in there, and the owner just bought this place, so he didn't know. So, but all he wanted to do was go right here to where those overflow pipes were. So I cleared that out. Got to come through here and do a little bit of handwork with the chainsaw and stuff. And then when we came back, I blew off what little bit of mulch was in the grass, and that was that. So he's not around today. He was here yesterday afternoon, and he saw the progress that I had gotten done, and he was super happy with everything. Yesterday afternoon, I said, well, if you like that, everything's gonna pretty much look like the rest of that's gonna look like what was up there. And he was like, okay, that'll work. So I sent him some pictures, and he said everything looked great. He was super excited to come by and take a look at everything. But I think this turned out pretty good considering the challenges that we had at first, but we got it done. So sometimes you just gotta change your plans. And you know, this is why, if you're in mulching, having two machines is such a blessing. You really do need to have, like, if you're doing this kind of work, especially around these little ponds or low areas, you know, have the ability to have two machines at your disposal is really, really what you need. That's just my opinion, but you know, yeah, that works. I'm happy with that. So hopefully the owner will be too. I think I'm gonna meet him back over here maybe tomorrow afternoon or something, and make sure he's happy with everything. So I'm gonna get this stuff loaded up and we're gonna get out of here. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and that was fun. That was challenging, but we got it done. So all right, got 2 days of mulching over the weekend with Big Munch, so stay tuned for that. We're gonna get him loaded up and get him ready for that job starting tomorrow, so stay tuned for that, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye everybody.